What is going on, guys? My name is Romeo, and today we are out here at FedEx Field in Maryland, and today we're going to be doing a feature on this beautiful Toyota Supra here. What's going on, Ryan?
What's going on, man?
How's it going, man?
Good, brother.
All right, you mind turning the car on for us real quick?
Sure, man.
All right, could you give us a couple revs?
Oh, of course.
Oh my God!
Oh my God. So like I said, I'm new to that racing channel. I recently joined like a couple months ago. I'm a videographer and editor, and we're going to be doing this feature on the Supra, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Beautiful country, isn't it, Mexico?
I love Mexico this time of the year.
All right, so what's the current PSI that the Supra's on right now?
So its max PSI is actually set to 30 PSI, but this does have boost by gear, and it also has traction control, which will cut power. For first and second gear is around like 18, second gear is like 21, 22, and then third and up is 30 PSI. Now, if it does lose traction, it will cut boost and it will do all that fun stuff that more stuff my tuner handles.
Yeah.
But it will cut power and boost to keep things down and keep it going straight, which is pretty interesting. If it does it here in a little bit, I'll be able to show you guys, because it'll start popping and cracking. That's when you know traction control is kicking on, just to try and keep the car going dead straight. This was originally an NA car.
Okay.
And you can actually turbo the NA motor. It's still a 2JZ, but it's called the 2JZ GE. I took that out and put this Aristo motor in it. It is a non-VVTi motor, but I wanted to do a true turbo swap. So I mean, if I was going to do it, I wanted to swap out everything. I didn't want to just put another, I guess, piece together car. So I figured this was a better way of doing it, and it just works out a lot easier. Ready? Yep.
That felt amazing, man. Wow. Fun fact, first time being in a Supra. So that felt awesome. Holy crap.
Never gets old, man.
What's going on, guys? My name is Ryan Scott, and this is my 95 Toyota Supra. So the engine is a typical 2JZ GTE engine. It is actually a swap from Japan I got years ago. It is a semi-built head with Brian Crower 272 cams, retainers, and springs. Believe it or not, it actually still has stock valves. And a typical Toyota, it has a stock bottom end on a 2JZ. So the entire turbo kit is actually from Powerhouse Racing. Pretty much all the bolt-ons on this car are from that company. Brian, those guys over at Powerhouse Racing, and Sam, they are fantastic. They've been working with me now for the last year and a half or so. Great guys over there. I can't say enough good things about them. The turbo on the car is something they didn't want me to do, but I'm a huge Borg Warner fan. It is a Borg Warner S369 SXE. It has been great for me. It handles all the anti-lag that I'm known for doing all the time, and has been a beast. The car is currently making 30 PSI, and it's around 882 wheel horsepower and around 750 foot-pounds of torque. This car is a little bit unique in the fact that it is running a T56 Magnum. Joel Granis of Granis Racing was kind enough to sponsor the car last year, and I did an entire build series on that. It is running a McLeod twin disc clutch also, with a Sickie short throw shifter. Currently the drive shaft in it is from Drive Shaft Shop. It is an aluminum 4-inch drive shaft. I am running a Aristo rear end in this. It's a little bit weird. It is actually running a OS Geiken LSD. It's a 1.5 way. I'm kind of at its limits right now. I really should be going to a Ford 8.8 inch or a Ford 9 inch. And believe it or not, I'm actually still running the factory NA axles from 1995. That's I know a lot of people are probably going to cringe at that, but they've held up this far. I've beat on the car quite hard and it hasn't given me a single issue. That diff has been a beast for me too in the last year. I've been launching it and all this stuff, and it hasn't, you know, not once has it given up on me.
Okay, we're done! We're done! We're done! We're done!
Oh, I'm gonna piss myself! I'm gonna piss myself! You alright?
All I saw was telephone poles. I don't ever want to do that again. Oh my god. Okay, that's enough. We're coming. Are we done? Stop.
Yep, now go ahead.
I'm so afraid that I'm going to go into like first.
No, you're just gonna go third to fourth. You're going down. Shit. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I get a little nervous. I'm like, oh god, please just go straight. Yeah, mom. Go, mom. That's fifth. Yep. Now just go ahead and go first to second real hard. So rev it out. Rev it. Go. Now second. Go. Go, mom. Go. You got it. Go, mom. Yes, go, mom, go. Woohoo!
Okay.
I swear, if you put that on YouTube, I'll freaking kill you. I will. I'll literally kill you.
Hear that, guy? She's gonna kill me.
The engine management in the car is actually AM Infinity. It is an AM Infinity 8H. A little weird, I actually got it for a good deal from a friend years ago, and it is tuned by John Kerr. John Kerr in our area is, in my opinion, the best of the best when it comes to tuners. The car runs perfectly. It turns on every time, it does everything it's supposed to do. It has crazy anti-lag because of him. It's never once given me a problem. I couldn't say enough good things about that guy either. John is one of the best tuners, if not the best, in the Northeast.
All right, so rolling anti-lag. Those turbo sounds never get old. Oh my god.
Never gets old for me, and I own the car, and I never get tired of it, ever.
No,
Ever.
never, man. I bet. Man. So when you're driving on the street, you're just cruising.
Another guy.
Another guy.
I was wondering why these guys are riding up on me. I'm like, why are these people like trying to ride my bumper? They just want to go to say hi.
Yeah,
It's just funny.
And so how often do you get people giving you thumbs up or like saying stuff to you while you're driving?
In my area, just not so much, but I get jaded because I don't really leave my small town all that often. But coming down here today, I want to say at least 10 people, if not more. Now that adds to it too. And
Yeah.
I don't realize it. Like, you don't realize how special the car is till you see stuff like that. People like stop you to wave or give you a thumbs up. It just it makes you realize how unique the car is and how much people. There's such a cult following for the car.
Yeah. And like what? I didn't get footage of it, but there was like 3 people giving thumbs up. Like I think there's one car that passed by, thumbs up, and like another car to my right here, thumbs up. It's crazy, especially around here. You don't see much of this car, of the Supra, and it's a special car. Like he's saying, you know, you don't see these often.
Fuel system in the car is actually done by myself. It's using Race Flux fuel line. It has a Powerhouse Racing fuel hanger in it, and is running 2 Hellcat fuel pumps. So those are Walmart, I believe they're 555s or 525s, but they call them the Hellcat pump, and it's running dual pumps on E85. So for suspension, it's pretty stock. It, believe it or not, it's running Megan Easy Street coilovers, which are quite soft, but it helps me hook. It's been on the car for about 4 years. I would like to upgrade to something nicer like Fortunatos or an HCAS drag to help it maybe even stick a little bit better. So the overall goal was originally 650 wheel horsepower, and I said I never wanted to go 85, which the car is on now, but that always keeps getting pushed. So I kind of want to shoot for 1,000 horsepower now, just because Supra owner. That's just what we do. You have to have 1,000 horsepower or it's not a real Supra. At least that's what everyone tries to tell you. I do like the fact that it's streetable. Right now, I can drive it to Ocean City and back, which is like a 4-hour drive, and it doesn't give me a problem. I want to make sure it stays a true street car. That is the most important thing for me. I don't want it to get it to that point where it's no fun to drive anymore. The car gives me issue after issue. I'm always working on it. I want it to be able to take it out every weekend, take my wife somewhere, and it not be a problem. So the old saying is with a Supra, you know, makes 1,000 horsepower, runs 12s. Well, this made 630 horsepower at the time and ran a 13.0 flat at like 134 miles an hour. Yeah, I spun the whole way. Learned real quick that I should probably run a better tire, which I just put on just for today. I went to an R888R now, which is a 305/35. But yeah, the best time I ever had was a 13.0 in a Supra, which is an embarrassment. I can't wait to go back this summer and try it again. I would like to just make a 10-second pass. I really didn't design the car for drag racing. I know that's what I should probably be doing with it, but I just like driving it on the street, and I definitely learned real quick I need a good tire. Rubber bands do not work. For me, if I can get a 10-second pass out of it, I'll be happy. Realistically, the power mat, that's a 9-second pass on a good tire. If I would actually put like a 15-inch or a 15-inch wheel on it with a 28-inch tall tire, it could easily run a 9-second pass. The clutch, everything, the drivetrain will easily hold that. It just comes down to hooking up. The car was built by myself. Believe it or not, this was originally an NA car I bought years ago for like $11,000. Funny story with that is the fact that when I got it, the guy had it sitting in the back room with tires sitting on top of it. This was his beater that they didn't care about anymore and he wanted to get rid of it. So I built the car which you see today. This is its 4th iteration. It's gone through so many now, it's kind of mind-boggling the money been dumped into it. The car is tuned by John Kerr out of Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Most of the welding has been done by TJ Minnick out of Waynesboro, PA, and then a lot of the turbo kit stuff is by Powerhouse Racing, including the downpipe, midpipe, and exhaust is all Powerhouse Racing. The motivation behind getting one was I've always wanted one. Fast and Furious, I'll just admit it, that was like my first go-to. I actually wanted a GSR when I was a kid. I really wanted an Acura Integra GSR, but they were really expensive, so I ended up with a Celica back in the day. And it was the same colors, Alpine Silver. So I got that, and I just dreamed about owning a Supra. That was the end-all, be-all goal. But they were so expensive. I talked about it all through college, and then finally came the day I can find one. At the time, I was living at home, and my family's like, you can't have 2 cars. So the best part of the story is I literally bought a house to buy a Supra. And everyone finds this funny, but at the time I had a Lexus that I sold on a Friday, bought a Corolla the same day, signed for the house on Saturday, and picked this up on Sunday. That's how dedicated I was. I legitimately bought a house to buy a Supra. So another fun fact, I didn't know how to really work on cars until I bought this in 2011. I bought it and I was like, all right, let's start diving into this. So not exactly the smartest idea to buy a car that's not cheap to work on, but before I bought this, I put an intake on my Celica. And then shortly after that, I'm like, all right, I got to figure out how to do wiring. Now I got to figure out how to swap an engine. All right, now I need to know how to do transmission work. And it kept building and building and building. But I actually learned how to work on cars with the Mark IV platform. So I think that's why I also have such a deep connection for the car, is the fact that that's been the real platform I've only really like dove into and know every little nitty gritty thing about it. And it's been great ever since.
Remember, this isn't a V8, so the power's up top.
I thought they would flip it.
Okay. Red line's at 7,200, a shift light will come on. I have it set up so as soon as that comes on, you can shift. And you can bang the gears, it's not gonna hurt it. Keep going, go, hammer it.
So this was/is still my dream car, but if I had to get something else, or if my next car would most likely be a 5th gen Viper. I'm not a huge American car fan, especially because of quality reasons, and this being a Chrysler doesn't help the fact. But if it would be my next car, it would definitely be a 5th gen. I just love that platform. I love how easily they can make power. I just love the looks of them. I love a long hood. I love the fact that it's a 6-speed manual. That would be the next car that I could truly see myself putting money and time into. So if you guys don't know, I also have a YouTube channel called Pure Function. And as of last week, I actually just started rebuilding Supras. So I shouldn't say starting, but I'm open to now taking on SC300s and Mark IV Supras. I'm gonna start restoring them here. This is something that means a lot to me. I love this platform and this chassis. These cars are amazing in my eyes, and they're starting to get to that point where they're getting old. They're 30-year-old car now, and that same point, they're going to need to be restored. So I started offering the fact that, hey, if you want to bring me your car, I will bring it back to new for you. New suspension, new motor, new interior, new paint, get it perfectly detailed out, and give you a car that looked the same way it did on the Toyota showroom floor. Believe it or not, I bought my wife a Mark IV Supra also. It's actually the same color. We're restoring it right now. It's stripped down completely, no interior, all the glass is out of it. It's about to head to paint here. Travis Beaver of Beaver's Auto Body is going to paint it. And then I'm going to have TLC Auto Detail actually detail the car out, put a nice coating Modesto on it, and then we're going to wrap also the car in SunTech film to get it looking perfect and never have to worry about the paint getting messed up again. So I'd like to give a big thanks to everyone that's helped me over the years. I've had this car almost 10 years now. All my friends that came over late nights and worked on the car, all the sponsors from over the years, Powerhouse Racing, Grandis Racing, Night Run Garage, Modesta, Anzo. I can't thank all these companies, all my friends enough for everything they've done for me. All those sleepless nights when I was like, dude, I need this help. I need you guys to be over here this night and working till 3, 4 in the morning. I don't think I can ever thank all my friends and everyone that stepped up to the plate.